Morning friends, long time no see. This is Alex on the 3rd of May 2025, currently around 1:50 in the afternoon. I'm just walking towards the Northern Alps at the moment, near Takase Dam. We're on a 1,400 meters elevation. Takase Dam is the second tallest dam in Japan after Kurobe Dam, which is near Tateyama and Matsurugi. As you can see, very pretty. The plan this time is to stay at Yumata Sanso, the Yumata Mountain Lodge, which is about a 2-hour walk from here with about 100 meters elevation gain or so. So quite an easy day today. And then tomorrow, Sunday, that's the main big climb. We're going to be climbing up to Mount Noguchigoro, which is one of the 200 famous mountains, 2,900 meters or so. Then after that, we're going to be continuing up the ridgeline north, which, looking over there, it will be continuing that way, that's north, towards Mount Eboshi. Then I'm going to set up camp there, or potentially use the mountain lodge, if it's unlocked anyway. Stay there Sunday night. Then hopefully see the sunrise on Monday morning, and then descend back down to civilization with Takase Dam and such here. That's the grand plan anyway. Weather is looking pretty good at the moment. Going to be a bit blustery / gale force winds tomorrow on the ridgeline, which I'm a bit concerned about, but you know, just sort of need to see how it goes really. Get there first, then complain later, I think. So yeah, as I mentioned, it's about another 2 hours to 2.5 hours walk to Yumata Mountain Lodge. Then going to relax and unwind there for the rest of the day. And then a bright and early start tomorrow to climb up to Mount Noguchigoro, thinking of departing around sort of 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. Also, I don't know if you can see it, I've got about 24 kilograms, 25 kilograms of baggage this time, because it's tent weather and it's also snowy on the mountain peaks, as you can probably see earlier when I showed the mountains. So yeah, I'm going to continue walking for now. So until next time, Alex out. Morning friends, this is Alex on the 4th of May 2025, currently 7 o'clock in the morning, Sunday today. Just finished crossing over a river in the background. That was about 20 meters, 30 meters to cross. I was going to take some footage whilst I was crossing over, but I didn't want to have a hand occupied holding you guys whilst I was crossing. That did take about 40 minutes or so though, in terms of scouting out a position to cross and such. So a bit behind on time, unfortunately. But from now, basically have a very steep ascent up to Mount Noguchigoro. It's about 1,500 meters elevation change, so it's going to be the best part of today. Weather's looking sort of cloudy, going to be turning clear later by the looks of it. That's Yumata Mountain Lodge in the background over there. Stayed there yesterday, had some nice food, had dinner last night, breakfast this morning, and then also have some lunch for later on as well. So I'm going to make sure that I eat today, because it's one of my bad habits, not eating. So yeah, I'm going to continue forward now over there and to the right. Hopefully the course is okay, but there's been no scouting done on the course over the course of the winter, and it seems that I'm going to be the first one going up it for this season. So we'll see what's in store. Hopefully snow doesn't appear until a bit later, probably 500 meters elevation change, I'd hope. So yeah, until next time, Alex out. Hello again friends, Alex on the 4th of May 2025. Just a couple of minutes after that previous clip. That's the river that I crossed. So basically started there and came along like this. I had to take off my boots, socks and trousers to be able to cross that, because ascending for the next sort of 7-8 hours, didn't want to have wet boots. So yeah, normally you can use a zip line and a bridge to cross this, but because it's the remaining snow period, as you can probably tell by some snow being over there and on the mountain peaks, the zip line and bridge are out of order for this season. So yeah, that was just a brief update for you in terms of the status of the river as of May 4th, 2025. Till next time, Alex out. Hello again friends, Alex on the 4th of May 2025, currently 7:40 in the morning. Currently around 1,650 meters elevation. This is just the first viewpoint on the way up to Mount Noguchigoro. Quite pretty. Mount Yari and such is over there. That's the northern precipice of Mount Yari. The main peak is just behind there. And then let's see, over there, that I believe is leading towards Mount Sugoroku and such, which goes towards the western approach towards Mount Yari. So over there basically, and then behind this mountain towards Yadi, eventually up there. So yeah, quite nice weather for now. The clouds are very slowly clearing up, it seems, which is lovely. Can't really hope for better. It is slightly windy, which I'm a bit concerned about once we get up onto the ridgeline, but you know, we're just gonna have to see what it's like when we actually get up there, I think. This is the other side as well, which is also quite pretty, quite green. I came up from down in the valley down there. So yeah, from now, I'm just going to continue up this way. Can't see Mount Noguchigoro yet. When I do, I think I'll take some more footage. So until next time, Alex, out. Hello again friends, Alex on the 4th of May 2025, currently 8:55 in the morning on a Sunday. Currently around 1,920 metres elevation. As you can tell, we've come into a snowfield now, so I've put my crampons on. I'm hoping that the sort of snow persists, so I'm not going to need to take off and then put my crampons on and off, because that'll be quite annoying. So yeah, from here it's about another 400 metres up until Mount Yumata, the namesake of the mountain lodge that I stayed at last night. Then from there it's about 500 metres, 2 hours and a half, 3 hours or so, to the main ridgeline where Noguchigoro is. From there it's not really too difficult in terms of elevation gain, but there'll be a considerable amount of wind I'm anticipating. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, I suppose. Obviously, I want to stay optimistic, but it's also fairly okay-ish weather, sort of a bit overcast with a bit of sun coming in as well. So hopefully it clears up a bit later. But for now, I'm going to continue climbing up the snowfield, steady elevation, and then it's going to get a bit steep before Mount Yumata for the next 400 metres or so. So until next time, Alex, out. Hello again friends, Alex on the 4th of May 2025, currently 11 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. I'm currently at the summit of Mount Yumata, which is just shy of 2,400 metres. I'm just settling down for some lunch to have a brief break. This is the lunchbox that I got from Yumata Mountain Lodge. So I'm going to be having the Yumata Mountain Lodge bento box on Mount Yumata, fittingly. Straight ahead of us, this is Mount Minami Masago. This is South Masago is here. This is the remaining biggest climb of today. It's going to take about another 2 hours from here to get there. Then moving over to the right, that's Mount Masago over there. That's the main Mount Masago anyway. And then after that, you can probably tell it gets quite flat on the summit, or ridgeline anyway, to go in even further here. This sort of flat looking one here, that is Mount Noguchigoro, I believe. So that's the lineup today that we're going to be doing. I'm a bit knackered from the ascent up to Mount Yumata, because it's a good just shy of 1,000 metres elevation change to get up here. So I'm just going to rest up, take in some food, have some water, and then probably get cracking again, I think. I'm hoping that the ascent up to Mount Masago isn't too bad. I can see a few sort of fairly dicey snow ascents on the way up, by the looks of it. I don't know if I can show it on here very well, but this sort of middle portion here, I don't know how much of the summer path is exposed here and how much of it is just a snow expanse, and how I don't even know what the snow is like anyway. So if it's snow that's not very easy to walk on, it'll be quite difficult to go up that, I imagine, anyway. So as I said, I'm just going to take a break, have some food, get hydrated up, and set out again, I believe is the plan. So thank you very much for watching. Until next time, Alex out. Hello again friends, it's on the 4th of May 2025, currently 3 o'clock in the afternoon, currently around 2,700 metres elevation on the way up to Mount Masago, and then to Noguchigoro, which is just over there. I summited Minami Masago Bucket earlier on, which is like peak overhead over there in the foreground. Yummy and such have now clouded over due to this sudden cloud coverage that seems to have come in. I hope this isn't to stay, because I'm just going to continue pressing on towards Mount. This is the last probably dicey looking ascent, looking at this anyway. Around here looks a bit iffy, so as long as I can just get past that, we should be in the clear for tomorrow, I think. So yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, Alex out. Hello again friends, Alex on the 4th of May 2024, 2025 Sunday, currently 4 o'clock in the afternoon, at the summit of Mount Noguchigoro, which is 2,862 meters. It's not a peak on the trail or anything, or it's not on the maps anyway, so I just sort of went out my way to come here. As you can tell, it's kind of devolved into whiteout conditions, which is not particularly pleasant. Fortunately though, as we're at the summit of Mount Noguchigoro, it's only a 20-minute walk to Mount Noguchigoro, and then from there another 10 minutes to the mountain lodge. So yeah, I'm quite knackered now. I think today I've done about 1500 meters elevation change in total. So yeah, looking forward to settling down for the day and getting some rest before returning to civilization tomorrow, after briefly walking along the ridgeline and hopefully seeing the sunrise. Obviously, looking at this right now, you wouldn't think so, but it's meant to be clear tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to get back to it. So until next time, Alex, out. Hi friends, Alex on the 5th of May 2025, currently 5:10 in the morning, on the way to Ura-ginza to descend the mountains this time. As you can tell, it's very windy. If anything, the wind just picked up overnight, so it's even stronger now along the ridgeline, which is a bit of a kick in the ass, but hey ho. Sunrise was looking nice earlier. But yeah, other than that, I can't really take out my phone, I can't really take out my camera to take pictures or anything, because my hands are sort of freezing otherwise. So yeah, this is what it's like around us. There's three short Washua over there, Yakushi will be in the distance over there as well, and Tatia over there, in the distance that way, I believe. But yeah, basically just need to continue along here. The sort of path is pretty much out all the way, which isn't too bad. That's the only clear set that we have. And then we'll see Mountain Lodge before we head down. So yeah, as you can tell, I'm getting covered by the wind. I'll take some more pictures later when it's a bit less windy, hopefully. Until then, Alex out. Hello again friends, Alex on the 5th of May 2025, currently 7:46 in the morning. Currently at Eboshi Mountain Lodge, the point just before we descend back down to Takase Dam, which is what that yellow signage here is indicating. I've come down from over there, which is Mount Mitsudake, and then Noguchigoro is deeper in, we can't see it from here. Yeah, the wind here where we're standing right now is quite nice. Earlier on though, it was a bit horrible really, walking for 2.5 hours in what feels like 19 meters a second wind. But yeah, for now basically just need to go up about 25 meters up here, and then there's a solid descent for about 1,000 meters or so, I believe. 1,200 or so. I think the dam is 1,300 meters if memory serves. So yeah, I'm going to get to it. I might take some footage on the way down. If not, I'll take some at the dam. So until next time, Alex out. Hello friends, this is Alex on the 5th of May 2025. I'm currently 11:20 in the morning on that Monday morning. Currently out of the danger zone now, so we're back in the valley where the dam is over there. We've come down from up there. That's probably Mount Ura-ginza, I believe. It might be some of the subsidiaries just before that though. Yeah, a bit of an excitement or exciting event I suppose that just happened when I was coming down now was there's a river that I had to cross over again, so I've basically had to get soaked up to my shins, which isn't, in retrospect, it's not really that exciting. It's actually more just slightly inconvenient, really. I did see a Japanese seer, or sero, I think they're called, in the woods on the way down as well, but they dashed off before I got a chance to take a picture. I initially thought it was a bear off the amount of noise that it was making, rustling away, but no, it was a sero, because it looks like a deer, but also like a wolf as well at the same time. If I'm clever enough, I'll probably try and put a picture up on the screen at the moment to explain what I mean. But yeah, so for now, there's another 20-minute walk, I think it is, back to the dam itself. From there, I was initially going to walk back to the place where I've sort of parked my car, but don't really think if I can be asked doing that, so I might just get a taxi back from where the main dam is, and just complete the main circuit. That's what I've done today. I don't really feel like it's particularly a clever idea to walk an extra 2.5 hours in the blazing sun just for the sake of it, really. But hey ho. That's about it for me for now from the mountains. Obviously I would show you, but unfortunately they're generally always hidden behind the subsidiaries beforehand. So yeah, that's those in the background there. I hope that you've enjoyed the somewhat windy and blustery footage earlier on anyway. So yeah, I'll maybe take some footage later. Until next time, Alex out.